Hassan said, I want to see Doggy win, but I'm not going to play with him. He shouldn't be playing around with Whack 100, and I know he don't like it. Whack disrespected him. Gully TV used to disrespect him, and now the only reason you're effing with Gully is because you want Gully to go against me when I was trying to help both of y'all. Your channel is failing. It's all over. It's all over. Your editing skill and the rest of that, nobody cares about your corny smart ass because there's something about a Poindexter in you. I'm not playing with Doggy Diamonds neither. I want him to win, but the reality of it is his channel sucks. He does good interviews, but guess what? Nobody wants to interview with him. F him. Point I want to put out there, 10. One of the last interviews I saw from Doggy Diamonds was actually with the Lobby Boys, who Hassan Campbell has like a secret fascination with. So I really don't know if you could really just say the man isn't doing interviews. You know, he had the dudes that you wish you could interview up there: Capo, Mano.
Now listen, Doggy Diamonds is a household name in a positive way. Hassan Campbell could have revamped his whole channel, and it's not like he's gonna lose anybody. I think he would have gained more with revamping his channel and just changing the language and using a different approach, and then he'll be able to come outside. See that shit he did coming outside, going in the party and all that. That's not outside. That's inside. Come outside. Outside meaning doing something in the community is outside. Helping people is outside. Not standing on the corner drinking and hanging out. That's not outside. That's inside. That's prison. That's inside your mentality. That's the prison mentality. Yeah, that's not outside. So I think that and he talk about something you said within that reading, what you just said. Oh, Whack 100 dissing him and violating him. Africa Bambaataa violated him. He didn't do nothing. You still with him. That's right. Prison. Prison. A lot of us are locked up and a lot of us are locked down. A lot of us are locked up physically and we locked down mentally. That's right. Prison in the mind. You were a slave to your lower desires. You were a slave to your criminology. That's what you were a slave to. You won't understand what I'm talking about unless you've been to prison. And then you can compare the two. Going to the club is prison. What is in the club? Liquor. Hold on. Tell me what's in the club. Huh? What's in the club? That not every club. I'm talking about where he went. The club that he went to. The club that Hassan Campbell went to that night. He promoted people to come to the club. That he was coming out woman. All right, so when you look at his video in the club, there was no woman. There was a bunch of men. There was a bunch of men. And apparently you ain't from New York. I know the club. It's called the Garage. I've been there plenty of time. That's where the women go. That night, it wasn't no woman up in there. It was a bunch of dudes up in there. Hard Rocks. Went in there, regular, came out drunk, belligerent. Do what they got out of it. It's okay to go and have a nice time and enjoy yourself, but when you look at the reality of it, if you're going into a building like that, it's going to be nothing but noise and liquor, bumping, sweating, and a bunch of hard grilled niggas grilling each other. Everybody looking at everybody tough and scheming. Yeah, that shit is prison.
So 10, I want to give you an opportunity to respond to what Doggy Diamond said as well. He said, I took on hip hop for you. Nobody else would touch that. Nobody else would deal with that. I did that for you. Came out on 125th Street. You were crying. You couldn't even look in the camera. So let's go. Shall we begin? You're like a girl. You're like a little girl. You're like a girl I don't want to F with. I don't want to F with you. But yeah, that's a little portion of what he said as far as coming out. And apparently he couldn't even look into the camera. He was crying and unable to look into the camera. 125th though.
That's a fact. Him and Sonetta, my cousin Sonetta, they was out there. Word up. Listen, I don't know if I told you this before, right? But there was a time when Sonetta came to me, right? And he said, "Yo, cuz, we gotta go downtown to Fox 5 News because we gotta get Africa Bambaataa." I'm like, word, we get in the joint, we go down to Fox 5, me and Sonetta, we down there. He got his little camera and all that. Bambaataa went in through the back way. Was going to Lisa Evers. If you look at Lisa Evers' interview, that was the time right there. He did an interview on Lisa Evers at Fox 5.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And me and Sonetta was the only people outside in the front of Fox 5 waiting for Bambaataa to come through. Because everybody was believing the story when her song came out, that Bambaataa and everything. So when he came out, people had, empathy and sympathy because a lot of people been before. That shit plays a big part in your mental health. That plays a big part in the communities where, whatever goes in this house stays in this house. And people was able to identify with him. So then that's how when he came on the YouTube, his views and everything was able to go up so fast and people started gravitating towards him. But as you see, right, the numbers don't match the numbers. He got 400 something thousand subs, but his fucking views ain't 400 something thousand views. Usually when you got big people like that, like look, Mav Hoffa blew past him, right? His sub numbers at 700 something thousand, but you'll see his views be at 1 million and change. It'll be over whatever his subs is. That's when you know you up and you really lit because it's going over what your subscribers are. So his shit at one time was rocking like that until people got hip to him when he flipped the whole script and he went from being the victim to being the criminal because now you become Africa Bambaataa. He's Africa Bambaataa. He done became Africa Bambaataa. He is Africa Bambaataa now. Even in the industry, they weak. They just like him. They be just like him, They be up on rap songs and all this and that. And when I meet them, when I see them, they fold. Different spirit when you meet them.
I wanted to ask you, 10, about working with Bimmy, man. What have you been able to learn from working with Bimmy, and how did you guys actually connect?
Listen, me and Bim just came from doing a week. What the fuck you call that shit? The weekly New York weekly shit. We just did that. We just did that in New York, Manhattan, downtown, Midtown. We just came from today, all the day. We was in New Jersey. We did the talk show. Man, I don't forgot. But yeah, we just did a joint, just did an interview and all that, man. But Ben, my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even say, yo, that's my OG, yo, that's my man, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? And we on the same wave as far as wanting to help the community do the right thing. You gotta get Bimmy on your joint, man. He gotta give you a story about the joint that they building down in Tennessee, man. They building a big ass they got a bunch of acres. A big company, $5 billion companies, he about to be the CEO of the company and all that, man.
Yeah, he was doing major shit on television last year as well. You know what I mean? So a lot I definitely want to talk to Bimmy about.